Hello and welcome everybody into some Wednesday night racing here. We kind of flip back the clocks a little bit. I know it's coming up on the springtime and normally we jump forward, but tonight we're going on back to the old school Atlanta racetrack here tonight for 133 laps in this Vigilante Racing League truck race here tonight. It's going to be an absolute blast, especially after seeing the great results from this past weekend and what these drivers have been putting in for practice. So we're just really in for a fantastic show here tonight. So let's get all buckled on in, get that popcorn and drinks all ready, as let's send it on down for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, we have to say a huge thank you to the proud supporters of the VRL, such as GC Cruise Travel and Mr. Greg Klein. Give him a call at 918-906-5616 or shoot him an email or a message over there on the Facebooks to get your next vacation all booked up and underway. And let the professional take care of all the stress and all that kind of stuff of trying to find flights, find out what, cruise you maybe want to go on, what area you want to go visit. Let Greg take all that stress away from you while getting you a fantastic deal on the price at the same time. So big thank you to GC Cruise Travel, the official travel provider of AAA Broadcasting and the Vigilante Racing League. Of course, big thank you as well to Bluefox Properties and Mr. Dave Mayberry. Give him a call at 520-850-4189 if you're looking to buy or sell your house in the Tucson, Arizona area or anywhere across the country. Let Dave and his 18 years of experience buying and selling homes be right put to work for you, all with a free consultation and get you into that home of your dreams. Because listen, this housing market just gets crazier and crazier. Don't do it alone and get yourself a good quality realtor today. And of course, huge thank you to Ricky Wittenberg and D&D Race Graphics with the fantastic splash screens and the amazing paint schemes and photo edits that he does. Man, it just gets better and better each and every single day. You guys really need to pop over there into the VRL Discord to see what Ricky has been cooking up over the past week. Man, it's just been absolutely fantastic. So if you're looking to maybe spice up your next paint scheme, be sure to reach on out to D&D Race Graphics here today. As always, I am Alan Brown, and I am joined by my partner in crime here, Mr. Alan English, the brewmaster in general, sitting up here in the booth once again on this lovely evening. And we're throwing it back here, Alan. I know it's not necessarily a throwback race, but man, we're heading on back to a track that really both of us prefer here, as, well, I guess qualifying was very short. Because we're all gridding up. So glad to see you, Alan, but we're going to send it right on down to the track.
Sounds good.
As let's go ahead and tell everybody where their favorite driver is going to be starting here tonight. If you did notice, Mr. Adam Turner hopefully will be joining us here in just a little bit, but as of right now, it's a two-man show as we take a look here at tonight's official starting grid. Starting us off up there on the pole, Mr. Jeremiah Burke, driver of the 53 machine, gets that pole position. 82 of Mike Evers. Whoo! Watch out for Mike. He just barely missed out on a win here last week, and he's looking to come up here once again, starting in that second hole. On the outside, 33 of Jess Vaught with a great qualifying time up there, starting in third. 23 of Canada's own Sean McDonald, starting to the outside of him there in fourth. Fifth will go to the 69 of Larry Dickerson. 81 of Jonathan Osborne. Old Chachi getting a good starting spot there in sixth. 123, John Gallagher finding his way up into the top 10 here tonight with a 7th place starting grid spot. The 99 of America's driver, Albert Anderson, starting tonight in 8th. 9th will go to the 88 of the silent assassin, Mr. Mike Adamson, with Ricky Wittenberg rounding out your field, starting top 10, followed up by, here in 11th, the 6 of Trevor Robertson, trying to tag team with his Ain't Dead Yet team member there, starting in 11th. 92 of Greg Klein, trying to climb his way through this field here pretty quickly, starting in 12th. 89, Craig Goodenough. He's been good enough here lately, trying to get inside of that top 10 here tonight, starting in 13th. 14th will go to the 7, Mr. Timothy Pope with the 01 of Kelly Keel, finding his way home in that top 15. 16th go to the 3 of Austin Paul, John Curtis in 17th with Zachary Hallinan in the 74 machine, rounding out your field, starting 18.
Let's see. I've got Zachary Hallinan
at
at 19th place here in the 74 machine. 28 of George Rincon, starting in 20th in that 28 machine. The 34, Nicholas Ramsey, starts in 21st. 22nd will be Dustin with a Y, Dustin Eaton in the 14. 68 of Dustin Wade, starting in 23rd. 24th will be Robert Chipman in the 58. The 29 of Dave, the nickname Mayberry, starting in 25th. 26th, Jack the Ripper Dixon in the 19. The 16 to Kyle Vaught, starting in 27th place. 28th, Dion Jones in that 4 machine. The 84 truck, Josh Bittner, starting in 29th place. 30th will be Jacob Young in the 77. The 085, Greg Dobson, starting at 31st. 32nd, Alejandro Gonzalez in the 79. The 434 of Kevin Hunt, starting at 33rd. At 34th will be Scott Howell. 35th, Chandler Paul. 36th, Edson Ochoa. And here comes the pace truck.
And that indeed. So after that, here we go. Green flag is now out for the first time here tonight with that 53 of Burke leading the way down and off and running into turns 1 and 2. 33 of Jess Vaught. He's not looking to stick around or hang around. He's ready to get on out there and get some racing as he follows that 53 right clear on through down into the backstretch here. Right behind them, you got that 82 Mike Everidge, kind of leading the bottleneck here with the 23 of Sean McDonald, 69 Larry Dickerson, all going side by side as the field exits out of turns 3 and 4, still being led by that 53 of Jeremiah Burke. Lap number 1 now officially in the books here at this old super course, super aggressive racetrack here at Atlanta. Dustin with a Y, Dustin Eaton in the 14 machine, trying to find his way up a few spots. Gridded back in 22nd. He's going to have some work left to do here as he gets on down to the bottom of the racetrack, going side by side with the 28 at George Rincon. He's also got the 34, Nick Ramsey, right there as they go beating and banging. 6 of Trevor Robertson tucked in single file here between the 123 and the 88, having a fantastic run with the 3 of Austin Paul going side by side with the 7 of Timothy Pope.
Yeah, these guys are already going to start feeling the tire fall off here in a lap or two. It's that bad here at the old Atlanta. The surface is just so rough. But yeah, sorry about the short start out there, everybody. It was like it's just been a weird day, I think, and I don't know how we missed the whole qualifying.
I know it's almost 60. It's almost
Crazy.
60 degrees here in New Hampshire at 9 o'clock at night in February.
It's
Something.
colder than that here in Louisiana. That's the weird thing.
Man, it's just super weird. Things are cats and dogs living together. It's just
Mass hysteria.
mass hysteria here as the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg looks to the bottom side here of the 3 of Austin Paul, continuing to try to get back a couple of positions that he lost here from the get-go of this race. 99 of America's driver Albert Anderson already on a mission. Man, it's been amazing to watch Albert really come alive. Really, the last month or so, been really showing some great improvement in his talent. Normally doing okay at these 1.5 miles and super speedways, but man, he's really taken the bull by the horns and just really creating some good opportunities for himself.
Yeah, he's showing out pretty good here lately, and he's got a lot of fan support out there as well. His dad, his mom and dad out there rooting for him. Thank y'all for being here, and Papa Goat as well, pulling for his dad out there as well. So Taylor Provak's pulling for both of the Vaughts out there, so show them how to get it done. Thank y'all for being there in the YouTube chat. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like the content that you see. We know y'all are all subscribed already too, because it doesn't cost anything. We appreciate all of our subscribers as well.
Yeah, we love giving away free stuff, especially subscriptions. And pretty much everything else is paid base. It's the 74 Zachary Hallinan having a pretty good run there. Looked like he was going to maybe make a charge on the 34 Nick Ramsey. Not quite able to get that truck all settled in, but we got a battle of the Dustins going on. Dustin Wade and Dustin Eaton going at it here, battling over a top 20 spot.
I think a lot of these guys understand about this track. This is a marathon, not a sprint. You really got to take care of your truck, take care of those tires. We didn't get to talk about it much because of the short intro there, but these guys do have 5 total sets of tires, so they'll get four changes here should they need them. And I guess what, folks, they will need them.
Yes, they will. For 133 laps, you can best be certain those tires will be hurting. And it's the 82 of Mike Everidge and 69 Larry Dickerson going side by side as they enter and exits turns 1 and 2. Again, nice calm field here tonight. I think they understand how fast this track is, but how fast these tires do wear out. We're not really seeing a lot of pushing the issue out there as what a race at the new repave of Atlanta would be.
Yeah, that when they rebanked it and made it more narrow and basically made it into a plate track, it really changed the racing here. Now, that wasn't always the case here in Atlanta. It wasn't always a single groove, 180-mile track. Back in the day, the unrestricted Cup cars, Bill Elliott, I think, still has the track record here, 200 and some odd miles an hour. But it used to be wicked fast when they let the cars pretty much have as much power as they wanted. But those were different times, and this truck package is exciting to watch no matter where they go. So I know these guys are still going to put on a great show here at Old Atlanta. Looks like the 82 in the wall there.
And just getting a little snug coming out of turn number 2 there. And, of course, he had some traffic around him, which was not helping Mike Everidge's cause here. But still driving in the right direction. Maybe a little bit of a rub out there on those right-hand sides of tires. But he'll be able to cool them off and at least try to guard or get back up to a position there. We're seeing a great battle between the 33 and the 23. Jess Vaught and Sean McDonald having a good back and forth, fighting over second and third, with Jeremiah Burke able to watch that fantastic show in his rear view mirror. 43 John Curtis, another one of Canada's drivers, going up alongside the 7 of Timothy Pope, looking to the high side here. That's one thing I miss about racing here is, man, you got an amplitude of lines available to you, like unlike the new repave. It really brings how you drive the truck, not how the truck drives you.
Yeah, there might be several lines out there, but these guys are going to fall into really the only good one. You know, because you run too low, you're going to scrub all the tread off that right front really, really quick. Got some guys electing to go pretty high up there, but you got to stay out of the marbles and stuff as well, so you know they're out there.
As we jump on board here with the 123 of John Gallagher, who's got a great battle going on in front of him between that 99 and the 69. You can just hear, especially with the two wide in front of him, how much Gallagher already lifting off that throttle coming in and out of these corners. Just making sure that truck gets set and around this place all safe and sound.
Another one getting to the wall. Saw a little tire smoke up there. Didn't see which truck it was, but towards the back of the pack there. 3 Jess Vaught, his son out here driving the 16 is turning 33. His pop's number here on Saturday. So thank you for that info out there, Taylor. Taylor wishing Kyle a happy early birthday.
Yeah. And to answer the question about the number swap, unless he wants to be put on Adam Turner's list of incorrect numbers, I would highly suggest against it.
I think if he changed his number, you know, officially, that'd be no problem. But if the number in iRacing doesn't match the number painted, Adam will have a stroke. He will come after somebody.
Oh, he will. And trust me, that list is long, and he never forgets. Sweet.
And holds a grudge.
and holds a grudge as we continue to race side by side here. Just Vaught taking over the lead from Jeremiah Burke, who was looking like he was going to make a little counterattack here, but kind of got suctioned down there on that bottom side, and he's lost 2, 3, almost 5 positions here.
He got a little loose there, too, trying to avoid getting up into that patriotic red, white, and blue machine of the 69. Yeah, I think he chewed him up. I think Burke's really hurting for traction out there right now.
Oh, yeah, especially we're quickly approaching 20 laps into this race here already. Really expecting only about, probably what would you say, about 30 laps per stint on these things. And anything more than that, you're just really costing yourself.
You know, they're not going to miss an opportunity to get tires either. So they're going to do a full fuel run. They're going to come in and get 4 fresh ones. I don't see anybody not getting tires. Especially if we start green flag pit stops here. And yes, Earl, that's what I was talking about, him not always holding a grudge there. Adam, never forget Pocono. That's right. He'll never forget about it.
If he ever forgets that day, we're taking him to the hospital because something's wrong.
Yeah, something's wrong, yeah.
As the 23 Sean McDonald finds his way to wiggle free down there from the bottom side and sneak his way past the 33 of Jess Vaught. So the Canadian able to get some, hopefully, lead laps here if Jess Vaught doesn't complete this counterattack that he's kind of looking like he's trying to go for. Nah, he's going to tuck right back into line. Maybe the run just quite wasn't there just yet, as 123 Gallagher again having some good battles here. He's got the 6 and the 53 all hanging around right there. Big group of cars, about 5 trucks all within shouting distance of each other. 82 and the 7 all within in that group.
Maybe even spitting distance.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
I mean, Burke was kind of moving around up there, moving back and forth, just trying to protect his position. He's kind of running out of places to go to now. It's 123 and other trucks, they're bearing down on him and more joining.
Yeah, again, it's kind of the other reason why we really enjoy racing at this old style of Atlanta is it really brings into the effect of who can save tires. Oh, as we got some bumping and banging against the outside wall there.
It's happening more and more often, I think, because these guys are struggling to get grip. Coming off the turn, middle of the turn, they're just sliding up the track, smacking the outside wall, pancaking that right-hand side sheet metal.
As we kind of head on back towards the tail in the field right now, running the AAA sponsored, not sponsored paint scheme here tonight. Is last week's in-season opener winner, the 72 of Chan the Man. Chandler Paul sitting in 32nd out there right now. Hey, he's definitely feeling the tires. Ooh, he almost shot himself up into the berm on the outside of the outside fence there.
And speaking of the 72, his buddy Cruz out there saying, Manhandler winning 2 in a row. Thoughts, guys? I think it's possible, man. Chandler's he's not just a manhandler, he's a wheel man, so he's doing a pretty good job out there. Matt Wedge saying, let's go good enough. Thank you for being here, Matt, as always. And Team Albert in the house. Thank you for being here, Kathy, joining the rest of Team Anderson.
And speaking of good enough, he's in a pretty good battle right now with the 82 of Mike Everidge, all kind of locked in behind that 53 of Jeremiah Burke, who's just doing his best to get around this track, waiting for that first round of pit stops to come his way. 01 Kelly Keel inside of this group, same thing with the 43, and the 92 of Greg Klein is there, kind of locked into that that battle a little bit here. Ooh, little bit of a bobble there from old Kelly, but he's able to get it all settled back down.
43 kind of felt that too, and saw him get a little sideways. He's way up by the wall. Not sure if he wants to be up there or not. I think the truck just went there. Alan, I think we're getting pretty close to seeing some pit stops here within a handful of laps here, I think, as Edith joins in for Team Anderson. Thank you for being here, Edith. I think the team's complete.
I think so.
Like Voltron, they're all joined up.
Team Aquaforce.
I don't know. So that was after my time, and Voltron was probably before your time. So
Well, even Aquaforce was before my time.
Oh man.
Yeah, you know, it's just watching all those late '90s kind of stuff. It's just gives you that little like, huh? TV ain't what it is, what it used to be, which is, you know, wholesome. '74 Zachary Hallinan having still a tough battle here, still locked into this kind of a big group. Originally was locked in. Oh, as we almost got some contact, as some right side romance was being affected by Kelly Keel and Jeremiah Burke. Little late Valentine's Day present, I think.
Got your first couple of takers here, Dobson and Curtis. Two of our Canadian brothers there came on down. I think they see the writing on the wall here, so... Oh, we're going 3 wide going into the quad oval.
Oh, beating and banging. Oh, my goodness. 89 Craig Goodenough, the meat in the sandwich here. They were able to somehow break free of it, and without too much more of an incident. Oh, look at that!
Golly! But I think a couple of the drivers kind of see what's going on. They're like, well, better come on down before we get a caution. Maybe get a little advantage track position here. But
and more people starting to really trickle on down. Dion Jones, another one of them. 84 Josh Bittner. 85 Greg Dobson. Unfortunately, been suffering through an injury here lately. So just happy to see that he was able to join and participate out there on the track.
Dang, I hope he gets better.
Yeah, I guess he tore up his shoulder pretty good, and he's been dealing with some of that stuff. And of course,
it's hard to sleep with a shoulder injury. I know that for sure.
Oh, yeah. Plus, you know, he's up there in Canada where it's super cold and all that stuff has affected it. You know, it's rough, but glad to see you back out here in action there, buddy. More and more takers slowly making their way on down pit road. Edson Ochoa, the next taker down there, having a pretty good run down into the box. 82 Mike Everett. We're going to have a pretty decent little group of 4. Ooh, contact on the way in. 53 of Jeremiah Burke swimming through there like a fish, trying to sneak around the 89.
Lap 30. That's about what we figured for a stretch on these tires in this fuel tank. And it looks like everybody's going to be coming, or the remainder of the drivers going to come this next lap probably.
And Sean McDonald.
Radio's busy with activity.
Sean McDonald making that drop on down. Just fought Tim Pope and John Gallagher, but Larry Dickerson staying on out for at least one more. Same thing with Mike Adamson, Jonathan Osborne, Albert Anderson, a whole bunch of people. So there's still some strategery going on around here about when people want to come down and what happens.
Our buddy down in South Texas, Edson Ochoa, black flag speeding. Well, it happens.
It does. Ooh, 69 Larry Dickerson. I think he might be another one that's getting a call to the principal's office here. He was coming in pretty hot, locking him up at the line, but maybe he got checked up just in time enough. Just giving the lead off to the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg here. 29 and Dave Mayberry yet to come on down into the pits here as well, up 23 spots so far. As the whole merging traffic situation is now starting to unfold. Whole bunch of people on old tires, new tires, semi-ish new tires. It all makes for some entertaining merging moments. Here's Jonathan Osborne, Mayberry, and Wittenberg. Oh, Osborne was trying to come on down pit road, but it looks like he might have missed his marks a little bit there. Wasn't going to be able to check up in time. Was able to bail out of it just before all chaos broke loose. The problem is, I think he might be out of fuel.
I was going to say, well, good on him for dodging a penalty, but if he's out of fuel, that may bring a caution out. We'll see here. If he keeps it down on the apron and toes, he'll save us from a caution, but I'm not sure how that's going to happen here.
As John Curtis regains control of the lead up here for with the team of Canadians. John Curtis, Sean McDonald, both up in 1 and 2 here. So even though we're a little ways from the border, man, they're really showing out here tonight.
Edson Ochoa is serving his penalty now on the pit lane. Now he's coming out of his box. 8 is back rolling.
And
Cruz says, I came here for Chandler, but just want the announcers to know that the last couple of months or so I've been watching you. Y'all are legitimately great at what you do. Thank you, man. Sure appreciate it. We have a blast doing it. Greg Dobson says, hit the wall. 8 minutes of repairs. Go ahead, bud.
I was just saying the purple 434 painted truck out there hitting the outside wall just a little bit too much. That's Kevin Hunt, rookie here this season. One of Dustin with a Y, Dustin Eaton's good buddies. Having a little bit of a rough time there as Osborne continues to try to get his way down into the pits, which he in fact does. So he was able to coast it all the way around the racetrack, and he's got about 17 miles per hour of momentum under his wings, and he's just got to get down to his box.
That's a pretty amazing effort. I'm wondering if it probably wouldn't have saved him any time or laps if he were to just stop and tow, huh?
Man, it's tough. At a track like this, it's a tough call, right? Like at like a Daytona or Talladega, I would have just said just take the tow. It'll actually probably be a little bit quicker because that track is so big. But
it's a tailwind.
Yeah, man, gotta watch those weather reports, man. 7 Timothy Pope making his way around that 43 of John Curtis.
That's why you need that little trap door in the bottom so you can do like the Flintstones and just push yourself the rest of the way there.
Yeah, you know, I told my boss that the other day that I think the Flintstones are missing some of their furniture with the new truck seat that I put into my truck. Little rock solid.
Yeah, those companies, they don't like to spend money on their own trucks. I do remember that.
So racing action continues here. We got some side-by-side. 58 Robert Chipman. I guess Trading Paint's still having a little bit of an issue with his paint scheme, but he's having a pretty good battle right now with the 3 of Austin Paul. We also got the 01 of Kelly Keel. Ooh, he is really mired up into some traffic right now. He's got some lap traffic with the 8 Edson Ochoa, but you also got the 34 Nick Ramsey. Oh, there we go. 8's going around there. Oh, they get both pointed back in the right direction with a hard tank slapper into the outside wall. Still green flag racing, though.
Edson Ochoa just couldn't hang on to it, and he bounced off the wall back down into these other trucks. They weren't going slow enough with the oncoming traffic there to warrant a yellow flag. So we'll stay green here. Some guys are going to have to come down and get some damage repaired, though.
And the 01 and the 8, ooh, those were some pretty hard licks up into that outside wall here, as well as just costing a good chunk of time. So hopefully either fast repairs are still available to both drivers, or their pit crews know how to swing a sledgehammer in that roll of duct tape pretty quick.
Use a Sawzall and everything else. Harry Austin, I'm sure you just saw that. South Texas brother there, Edson Ochoa, smacked off that wall and got a little trouble there, but hopefully damage ain't too bad. Well, Edson's what, a couple laps down here because of that penalty, I think. 6 laps down, I think.
Yeah,
something damage isn't too bad. Maybe he can wait on a caution here. We'll see.
Yeah, that indeed we will. It's a 84 Josh Bittner finding himself racing against his good buddy Albert Anderson here for a little bit before Albert kind of stealing that top 10 position away for the time being. Meanwhile, 23 Sean McDonald, he's getting chased down by the 69 of Larry Dickerson right now, going side by side as they head off down and around turns 3 and 4.
Just a little update. Edson and Kelly Keel both did have to pit for damage. Kelly's out of the pits now. Or coming out.
Only a couple laps lost there for Kelly, and unfortunately a few more lost. And it looks like the 8 of Edson putting it up on the hauler. The Atlanta heat just a little bit too much for him tonight.
It's not an easy track, man. I'll tell you that.
Nope.
Edson's a good driver, but this track just kicked his butt today, and as it's kicked many of our butts here in iRacing over the years.
Oh yeah, you ain't kidding. We had 36 drivers take to the grid here tonight. There, English. If you and I were to be running against these guys here tonight, we would both be running about 45th, 46th.
Yeah, that ain't no lie. And that's not just because of my rust. That's just because these technical tracks where you really have to modify your line and adjust your braking and not just your braking points, but your getting back in the gas points coming out. These row is the bane of my existence. I'd rather run Martinsville every week or Bristol every week than come to these type of tracks, but it is what it is.
And that it is indeed. As the 01 Kelly Keel trying to fight through some traffic and hopefully get some spots back and find his way somehow back to the lead lap. There's a few drivers in front of him here that are a couple laps ahead of him. 79 Alejandro Gonzalez, our spotlight driver here last week in a PR marketing team's dream. Just an absolutely fantastic interview with the native Venezuelan. Currently stuck back here in 29th right now, but still trucking along. I don't see any scrapes or damage to that truck, so he's at least keeping it pretty clean.
I wish my Spanish was better. That way, we could do a little bit more in-depth interview, but it's just terrible.
Do we need to tag Team Maria in?
Yeah, maybe. She's doing her arts and crafts stuff right now. Either that or she's reorganizing stuff in the house, or I can't find anything tomorrow.
Oh, gotta love that. Did you hide all your 10 millimeters?
No, my tools are out locked up, so she does not have access to my 10mm sockets or wrenches.
It's probably doing those right now.
Oh, what's up, brother?
Oh, what's happening?
I'm just having a
Good,
good
man.
time here at the old Atlanta, buddy.
Oh, I've kind of been watching. I saw a wreck. There was no caution. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, between the 01 of Kelly Keel and 8 of Edson Ochoa there. But yeah, we're yellow flag free thus far here as we're approaching lap 50 here at Atlanta tonight. Some good drivers having some good runs as the 69 Larry Dickerson currently out in front of Sean McDonald and Timothy Pope for the time being. 89 of Craig Goodenough tucked back into another great battle here with the 82 of Mike Everidge and the 74 of Zachary Hallinan as these drivers continue to make some good headway here into this 133 laps that they have to do.
That's a lot of racing right there.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
And this is, what do we call it, Adam? The cheese grater track? This is one of them. It just tears them tires up.
Is this the old or
This
new
is the
Atlanta?
old surface, yes.
Yeah. This
With
one
with
wearing out.
with shallow banking, and it's a little bit wider, but I mean that don't really help you much when your truck's sliding up the turn. But we've seen some 3 wide out here today, Adam, and it was a little bit of aggressive driving early, but they kept it clean 3 wide. A couple of little incidents there.
Why'd they choose to go with old Atlanta? Too
I don't
fast
know.
and new?
So here's my theory: is that they know that this truck platform is probably stable enough, and these drivers are talented enough to run on a technical track like old Atlanta. Kind of make it a little bit of a throwback race. The new Atlanta, it's so much like a plate track that they probably just said, well, we just ran Daytona. Why would we run another plate track with the trucks, where it's all up to chance? Well, that's debatable, I guess. A lot of it's up to chance and not up to drivers using their heads. So I don't know. That's my theory. We didn't talk to the admins about the reason. We just know that that's where we're at this week.
Well, I mean, and on top of that, with the repave and the higher speeds and everything, I could almost guarantee you we wouldn't be caution free up until this point. I mean, you could even just watch the official NASCAR guys this past Sunday. You could just see how much. Oh, of course, as I say that, Kevin Hunt having a big issue out there, and that's going to bring out the caution as truck parts are littered across that front straightaway.
I saw his front bumper fly off when he hit the wall right there. Adam, that's where we talk about, just like at Texas and Charlotte, that square part of the wall just kind of sneaks out. It grabs you. I'm not sure that that's what happened there. I just saw the aftermath.
Oh, oh no.
Which gear's wrong or something happened with the steering.
Well, so it looked like he was trying to come on down into pit road. Didn't get checked up in time, and then as he was trying to get back up to speed, the rear tires spun out from underneath him.
Yep, that's exactly what happened.
A missed shift.
Yeah, let's find out. Yeah, just missing that pit road entrance there, and then trying to get out of the way and get back up to speed. Just spins out and hits the wall. And Jacob Young has a technical problem there as his PC crashes here. So at least, thankfully, a good time there for Jacob Young to have a technical problem, as he's going to lose some laps as pretty much everybody coming on down into pit lane here to get topped up on fuel and take some tires, but he won't lose a crazy amount like if we were still green flag running right now.
Earl Evans, I'm sure his mustache is safe. I think it's just a computer problem. Hopefully. Edith Anderson, thank you so much. We enjoy having you. Thank you for being here to listen to us. all y'all watching, and all the drivers and the families and the friends. Y'all are the reason why we do this. It's a blast for us. So thank you very much, Edith.
So, field makes their way out of pit road. A person that didn't come on down this time by was 58 Robert Chipman. So I don't know if he's maybe coming on down this time or excuse me, what he's planning on here, but gonna
Feel lap down or
no, he's being scored in the lead.
okay, well,
If he stays on out, that's gonna make for a very interesting restart. Now here he comes. I guess he just might have missed the call to
I've done that
come
before.
on down. So Larry Dickerson able to take control of the first place spot once when we get ready to go back to the green flag here. 23 Sean McDonald. I'll be starting right there beside him. Timothy Pope and Trevor Robertson all up inside this top 5 with Albert Anderson among them here as well. So we got some good names and some good racers yet to kind of throw their hat into the ring on this thing.
I wonder if Harry Austin's still around watching, since both of his South Texas crew there, both of them, something happened to them. One of them had to retire from the race for damage, and the other one's got a crashing PC. Hopefully he's still around. I think Jacob Young may be back here before too long, hopefully. You can make some attrition positions. You come back in and do what you can, even laps down. Somebody can't continue the race. That's free points.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, even just look at the 085 Greg Dobson. I mean, scraped the outside wall pretty good, but he's back out there, almost half a race down, but he's still gonna try to run this thing on out.
Yeah.
Gold flake paint and everything.
Oh yeah, good buddy Greg.
So this is kind of a throwback race, I guess. I guess I'm drinking kind of a throwback old man beer. Some old Coors Banquet in the gold cans. If it was really throwback, I'd be drinking out of little stubby bottles, but...
Was it Coors that Smokey and the Bandit was hauling?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Texarkana. Which I don't think they brew it anywhere near Texarkana. I think that was just the farthest distribution point that you could still get it.
Yes, that was the key.
That was the premise. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was a distribution center.
I think it's all made in Golden, Colorado, I think.
Oh, yep, every drop of it.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm happy to have the beer experts right on hand for me, just in case I ever have any questions here as
we know the answers to that.
So we get ready and back up and running. We go. Our first actual restart here from the start of this race. Sean McDonald out with a fantastic jump on this thing. 69 Larry Dickerson taking his time a little bit here to get on up to speed. 7 to Timothy Pope able to squeeze out and by here at the same time. 99 of Albert Anderson trying to squeeze out from the bottom side here as well and sneak his way on up to a top 3 position. 53 Jeremiah Burke all inside of this mix, as well as the 33, 88, 89, 34, 68, and the 84 all bottled up together.
We'll see how long this too wide lasts as we look to see some guys. Oh, man.
Yeah, getting a little tight around there. Yeah, around the 88 of Mike Adamson. I think some trucks experience a little bit of that aero push that we might see at something like Indianapolis or something. Just so much dirty air coming up over that front hood of the 88 and causing him to slip and slide a little bit.
Saw that this weekend at the NASCAR race. They were talking about that very thing, with the car, or in this case, the truck in front of you, is taking that downforce off of your nose. Whoa, 84 got the wall there. Kind of pushed up there. But yeah, you need that downforce on those front tires to help you turn. Well, if you're right behind somebody and they're taking that air off your nose, you're going to have much grip. Front tires just going to slide. Anybody that's driven in ice understands that. You know, you turn the wheel and you keep going straight. That's what happens when you lose grip here, even on a pavement track at these speeds.
Oh, yeah. Scariest feeling in the world.
This Bittner looking to the outside, maybe wanting to look at 3 wide, not quite. I feel like he's got a fast truck. Old Miller High Life throwback scheme there.
Yeah, they're doing Josh doing a pretty good job out here in his Ain't Dead Yet throwback kind of Miller Lite scheme going on there. Looking pretty good. He's got some 2 wide going on out there in front of him. 68, Dustin Wade having a good battle with the 19. Oh, Jack Dixon, and they get tied on up. 19 gets shoved on down to the bottom apron. He's doing a heck of a job to keep it on down there.
It ain't over yet here between these other 2 trucks. Mixing it up. Maybe trading a little bit of paint there. 84 going to take advantage. He's going to hit the low side. Trying to pass both of them.
And talk about a
14 with him.
Talk about a driver that's got a pretty good seat to watch all this. 92 of Greg Klein. You guys weren't able to see it on the camera, but I sure did. And all that unfolded right in front of him, and he had to wipe a little sweat from the brow there. Oof. Oh, man, 84. Goodness gracious.
A little loose there. I'm not sure what happened there.
It looked like he got a little loose and then kind of snuck up in a hole right there in front of the 14 of Dustin Eaton. And Dustin trying to check up as much as he could, just getting into the back of the 84, and the Bittner's truck just still wasn't quite settled down yet.
Making Greg kind of nervous watching all that go on in front of him.
Just a little bit.
Why is this picture sideways?
He didn't know how to use a camera, probably. Or he's just goofy.
Confusing.
You know, Greg's just goofy.
Yeah.
Personality.
No, I mean,
Sure knows how to save you money on the cruise, though.
oh, that he does. We also remember our buddy Eric Fiorello. He was wearing those like glow stick glasses kind of things. Having a good time. Glad to see when people have a good time with their profiles and all that kind of stuff. As we continue to race around here with the 23 Sean McDonald out in front of everybody here. 69 and the 99 with the 7 in tow. 53 Jeremiah Burke there as well, trying to make a little bit of a comeback after that little bit of a rough first run before those opening pit stops that the 53 had.
So me, you and Turner, we don't have to worry about doing a little splash screen picture anymore. I think that was after our time when we started broadcasting. We didn't have like a little iRacing picture, I don't think.
I don't remember that.
No, I don't think we did.
Well, I mean, I've only known about the SDK since we started using it, and
oh, okay.
We've always been broadcasting together.
We raced leagues that we broadcasted before they were broadcasted.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we got our big break.
Oh, speaking of the Eric, look who just showed up in chat.
Oh, just talking about the Coke Man.
That's weird.
It looked like he was racing around Jimmy.
That's a dangerous
Jimmy who would wreck you and say, that probably wasn't my fault.
Well, he'll never take 100% responsibility. He'll only take up to 99.
And then, of course, Eric remembers the infamous, here comes the bump, when I had a huge run on somebody and I didn't check up and I just smashed their bumper.
It was probably Jimmy.
I don't think any of y'all enjoyed hearing me say that. During one of
Well,
our races.
I was never worried about you. It was always Jimmy when he was saying it. It was always, or whenever he would say clear, and it's, no, you're not clear.
No, and it was never a square bump either. He's going to hit you in the corner. I'm like, damn, Jimmy, you got me again. Thanks, Eric. We appreciate it, man. I'm glad you were able to stop in. Watch Greg do a little racing out here.
He hadn't murdered anybody yet, so just if you hang on.
Yeah,
long
he
enough,
hasn't climbed anybody this race that I've seen.
Well, speaking of climbing, let's go to the opposite of that. How about coming into Season 8, who do you think your 3 safest drivers have been in the VRL?
Like, since inception?
Since inception.
Oh, man. Safest, like, lowest number of X's. I
Yes.
guess. Okay. Oh, man. Are they all OGs? Probably, huh?
2 out of the 3.
2 out of the 3 are okay. I don't know if I've ever seen Trevor Robertson hit anybody. I think he's probably one of them. Dang, this is hard.
Ricky.
I'm looking through the
Ricky.
list. I think Ricky Wittenberg.
Who's
I don't know,
clean?
yeah, but he ends up on the receiving end of a lot of things, I think, too. I know Andrew Cawthon gets caught up in a bunch of stuff. Dang, man. This
Mayberry.
is rough.
It is not Mayberry.
Bittner.
Oh,
Bittner is one of them.
Okay.
Believe it or not, Timothy Pope just misses out.
Yeah, I know he's...
Plate tracks haven't been friend to our good buddy Pope.
Oh, no. That one, he's racing hard with somebody else on even on a technical track.
So I will say, so Bittner is second for least amount of X with 5.14 incidents per race. So there's
Vaught.
Vaught is number 1 at 5.12 incidents per race.
So you're looking for number 3, and it's
Not an OG.
not an OG. That's a recent newcomer. I'm gonna say it's. Well, it might be Austin Paul or somebody. Is it Austin Paul?
It is not. Would you? I can narrow down the field a little bit more for you. It is not an American driver.
All right, Adam, who you got? It ain't Jack. It can't be Jack Dixon. He's always getting caught up in crap.
Speaking of Josh, he's making his way on down onto pit road right now.
Who you got there, Turner?
Oh, Sean McDonald.
Yes, sirree, indeed. At 5.69 is your third safest driver of on record of at least multiple season drivers. So there you go. Those are your 3 safest drivers in the VRL, and one of them just so happens to be currently locked into the number 1 spot. VRL has also averaged 39.8 drivers going into season number 8. So
That is a lot.
if you want a nice full field, as the no, we're almost seeing a little bit of climbing there as Greg drifts up the track a little bit into the 68 of Dustin Wade. Both drivers though able to keep it out of an absolute catastrophe here on lap 79 out of 133. But that is your data porn for the evening.
Oh,
Yeah, the worst collidings always happen when you're in the lead and you're coming out of turn 4, and then Greg just slides up into you and goes, "Oops! Oh no,
where's the train?
there's a train coming!" But I was saying, "Oh no," because Dustin is that Dustin Eaton? Who's the 14?
Yeah.
Dustin Eaton.
Yeah.
Got a little sideways down there. Had to go into the apron, but back out. He's back out there, back up to speed.
Well, speaking of the train going by, we haven't done this one in a little bit, but how about a rally train driver thus far? You got the 29 of Mr. Dave Mayberry making up 12 spots on the evening thus far, moving his way on up into 13th, having a pretty good run right now. And so far, he is your biggest mover.
I know Dave wants to get another win so we can talk to him on the night he wins, because we had the technical issues that one night that he actually won a race, and we talked to him the next week, but it just wasn't the same as probably talking to him the night of the win. So I know that's his extra motivation probably to pick up another win here in VRL.
You don't have the rally train animation anymore, do you?
No, I lost that somewhere along the line.
I think it's cool.
I have to get with an animator and make a new one. Either way, it's still.
I heard the train. Oh.
I know, because in English has been turning off his mic in time. It's just like, oh, come on, I want to hear that train rolling through.
Yeah, I was in the middle of talking on that one and seeing something. Couldn't get to it.
Was it at least a heavy loaded rock one here tonight, or?
It's a really short. I just think it was a couple of locomotives, maybe, and that was it.
Ooh, it's the 23 Sean McDonald getting up into the outside wall, getting a little loosey goosey down there on the back straightaway. That's going to allow 69 and the 7 machine to get even tighter to his back bumper here on lap 84. And these guys last pitted back on lap 55, so we're closing in pretty quickly here on that 30 lap mark that we were seeing people pit at. And John Curtis coming on down into the pits as we speak.
Taylor Provak's out there pulling for Uncle Dave. Also pulling for the Vaults here tonight, but Dave getting a honorable mention here too.
McDonald was going to come down. He just talked about it.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. It looks like he was getting a little snug there and was starting to drift out of those corners just a little bit. So he's going to get some fresh tires here. It's going to make for an interesting sprint to the finish because we're going to be about 13 laps shy by the looks of it for most of these drivers. Of course, a late caution could definitely change all that.
That's what I'm thinking. We don't know what the caution flag situation is going to be here later, but I have a feeling when the aggression starts to ramp up here late, we'll be seeing some more chances taken. There's a little 3 wide here. Ooh, somebody blinked out there. It looked like Chachi, maybe? It's the 81. Bass Pro Shops?
Could have been. I was watching the fight up at their up at the front for the lead. Where we're seeing a pretty good fight between Pope and Dickerson. Pope currently all gathered up control of that one for the time being. Which man, if you're one of these competitors, that's not what you want to see, because Pope very rarely, once when he gets the lead, ever gives it right back on up. But we do have pit stops starting to happen here. Everidge and Austin Paul making their way on down into the pits.
Kyle Vaught, black flag. That's going to hurt the 16. He'll be stuck down there for a while.
Yeah. Got the
Timothy Pope black flag.
Ooh,
oh man, we
wow.
don't see that very often.
Man, so yeah, you can definitely tell these guys maybe trying to find that like extra couple seconds here while making these pit stops, and it's starting to make a couple of mistakes here and there as Jess Vaught, Timothy Pope, Trevor Robertson, Dustin Eaton, Alejandro Gonzalez, Dion Jones, and Scott Howell all make their way on down into pit lane here. Larry Dickerson and Albert Anderson now slipping and sliding their way on in. Ooh, Albert was coming in pretty hot.
So far on the scoring tower.
Centered for Zachary Hallinan, 20 of George Rincon, and 19 of Jack the Ripper Dixon making some pit stops here as well. So the field starting to cycle their way on back around here once again.
We talked about it before about the difference between old tires and new. When you get back out there on the track, it is hairy out there. Especially that blend zone coming onto the back stretch. It is nuts out there.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. As Sean McDonald currently with a huge lead over the 84 of Josh Bittner there in second. 53 Jeremiah Burke with Mike Adamson, John Curtis, Trevor Robertson, Jess Vaught, Larry Dickerson, Greg Klein, and Craig Goodenough. Oh no! Yellow flag!
In the middle of pit cycle. What happened there? Who brought up the yellow?
Great.
I don't see anything yellow on
Oh,
my screen.
77 of Jacob Young, I think, coming out of the pits. We were watching some action. Oh, no. Oh, man. Ian Kelly Keel just got into some contact there up against the outside wall.
Keel has had some run-ins with the South Texas crew here tonight. Not just Edson Ochoa, but now 77 and Jacob Young.
Yeah, 77 just getting a little snug and started drifting up the track, and poor Kelly really nowhere to go. Already up against that outside fence, and 77 does indeed go around. But we were at the same time was watching. While all that was happening, 16 Kyle Vaught snags a chunk of the outside wall coming out of turn number 4 and sneaks his way through the grass of the infield while that was going on. So some rough and tumble times out there as we're quickly closing in. Got about 40 laps left to go in this thing here tonight.
Endicott out there in the YouTube chat saying lots of Team All-Star up front there. Come on, boys, get that podium with Super D. I don't know what that means. What's
Super D?
Super
Yeah,
D.
what is that?
Super Dave Osborne.
Super Dave Osborne? Super Dave Mayberry, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know.
New nickname. He's got to have a new nickname every
I mean,
couple
yeah,
weeks.
of course.
He is Dave the nickname Mayberry after all. So Super Dave Mayberry, I like it. We can get him a red, white, and blue paint scheme, and we could put Mr. Fuji on the quarter panel. You remember that? You remember Mr. Fuji? His engineer guy that ran the stunts.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yes.
You remember that, Adam?
Oh, yeah.
Put Mr. Fuji on there, man. Super
That's some
Dave
good
Mayberry.
good
I
stuff.
like that.
You got to go back in time, the time machine, to watch some of that.
That's some funny Saturday morning stuff right there.
Well, it's a little outside of my timeline, so I'm
It's worth a YouTube.
Yeah, you'd enjoy it. It's pretty good stuff.
Yahtzee.
Well, glad to have you out here with us tonight, Turner, and enjoying some action-packed racing. Did you get a chance to check out the German ice football that I shared over there in our chat over the past week? So they're playing. It's like arena football, but on an ice skating rink, and they're wearing bowling shoes.
Yeah, I couldn't comprehend all that.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd watch it.
Oh, of course, I know you would. Especially the clip that I shared was a guy slowly sliding, running, kind of that awkward kind of penguin waddle into the end zone and turn around and flip the guy off as he was going in.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Oh, Super D talking about Dylan Brandt. I don't think Dylan Brandt's running in this league, at least as of this season.
Hard to keep up, but I don't think he's here.
Yeah. Here's one for you, but also applies to English a little bit more. I used mine from Russ Endicott. He uses his time machine every Friday and Saturday. Of course, his wife calls it getting blacked out drunk.
That's very common around this house, too. Sometimes you just want to time travel.
Sometimes you just want to time travel, man. If you could actually time travel, where would you want to go?
Thought about this. There's so many places, you know.
Yeah.
How many choices do you get?
We'll just say one. Well, you get one.
Mm-hmm.
Now you also can't interact with the world. You're just there to like watch. As the pace truck comes on down into pit lane as we get ready to watch these drivers take on back to the green flag here once again with the 53 and the 23 starting off side by side outside lane with that 53 Jeremiah Burke getting off to a hot start here, but here comes that 23 Sean McDonald right back onto it as they go side by side down into turns 1 and 2. 43 of John Curtis making a good stand there, holding off his own, trying to stay up inside of podium contention here as they remain as side by side heading on into turns 3 and 4 before making the quick sprint back to home as they complete lap 96 and head on to lap number 97. Jez Fott, Mike Adamson, and Larry Dickerson all in tow here. Don't sleep now on that 6 of Trevor Robertson. Old valving machine starting to climb up through the ranks here. Craig Goodenough, Nick Ramsey all inside this top 10 with Albert Anderson there as well. You got the, still though, a tight, heavy, locked-in battle side by side racing for this lead.
Yeah, it's tight racing right now.
And Jeremiah Burke started the race pretty much right up there, up at the front. In fact, he did have a pole position here tonight, and then kind of on the longer run filtered back throughout the field, so maybe learning some lessons while out there on the racetrack and going to be making some moves coming back or trying to maybe maintain that tire wear just a little bit more here.
Sorry guys, had to go get some supplies. You know how it is.
I know. Man, when we make it big, I promise you I will hire your own personal runner so you don't have to do that.
I had a couple of things I had to do too.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for covering for me. Oh, contact! Oh, man. A couple of them trucks near the back. I think one of them was the 88. Sorry. This is 99. The 99. Albert Anderson.
Up here in 10th right now. He's got the 92 of Greg Klein all over his back bumper here. 29 Dave Mayberry continuing to make some moves. He's racing alongside the 14 of Dustin with a Y, Dustin Eaton. If you thought the rivalry between Uncle Dave and Kyle Vaught was intense, you should hear about that rivalry going on between the 14 and the 29. 55, Ricky Wittenberg now trying to make the pass around the outside. And it looks like he is able to get that done, but meanwhile, it is just an absolute hive's nest behind that 53 of Jeremiah Burke, Larry Dickerson, and Sean McDonald going side by side. John Curtis, 6 Trevor Robertson having a good battle. Everybody's still trying to fight along and get their positions here as we jump on board with a guy who's in a battle of his own. 68, Dustin Wade, having a pretty good run and some good battles out here tonight.
Glad to see Dustin Wade back this season. Definitely missed him last season here. Glad to see him back in the truck.
He's got a good battle going on right now with the 3 of Austin Paul trying to sneak up underneath.
Did y'all talk about Russ Endicott's time travel yet?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it's in the middle of asking Turner if he's got one opportunity to go back and watch. He, can't interact with anything or anything like that, but watch something in history, or you could go to the future. Where would it be?
I know just the thing.
What?
I'd go back and see if Ben Franklin really had that lightning strike the key on the kite. I want to see that because I bet it scared the hell out of me. I'd probably need some new drawers if I was standing next to him and that happened.
Yeah, I thought about it.
I would go back and see. What did you say, Turner?
I haven't. I've been thinking about it. Part of me,
Okay.
Goodness. Ooh,
really thinking.
68 of Dustin Wade getting a little snug there and causing a little bit of a traffic jam. You had the 74 Zachary Hallinan having to check up because of it. 01 Kelly Keel kind of in that mix there. Kind of locked into that mess as well. Scott D. Howell kind of following in the in those traces.
First atomic bomb test, maybe.
Maybe the resurrection.
Oh, that's a good one.
The crash.
I was thinking
Bad
too
snatch.
recent.
Hallinan.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, and Kelly Keel getting involved in another one here as well. And his truck is tore up and he's down there on the apron as we continue to race with the green flag here. He's just waiting for some traffic to go by before he gets rolling once again. I got a feeling, going to try to get that thing to the pits because it doesn't look like it's rolling quite in the right direction. As 74 of Hallinan experiencing some damage there from that as well. So let's go ahead and kind of look back here between the 74 and the 01. And the 01, just a meeting of the minds there in the middle of the racetrack. Oh, and the 74 finishing the job. Oh, goodness gracious. But we remain green flag racing here with the 69. Larry Dickerson taking control of the lead here once again. Jeremiah Burke, man, I think the tire wear is just causing him fits here tonight. Got a really fast, short run truck, but once you start getting some laps under your belt, it starts to struggle a little bit.
Oh man, we got a big old gaggle right here coming in the front stretch. My goodness.
You ain't kidding. 28 of George Rincon kind of meeting the sandwich on that one. So it was looking like it was going to go 3 wide with the 7 of Timothy Pope looking to the far outside lane and kind of slingshot around all this action.
There's so much in that sandwich, there wasn't room for mustard at all. Two
That's
mini
kinda
trucks
gross.
in one little spot. You don't like mustard? What do
No,
you eat
a
on an
sandwich without
Oklahoma
mustard.
onion smash burger? What?
Without
Oh,
it, without it,
one
without the
without
mustard
mustard. I
stripe.
got you. I'm tracking. You had
Onion burger?
me. You had me all up in
Mustard.
arms for a second. I didn't know.
Yeah. No, I was with you.
I was gonna say, what about like a pastrami sandwich? And
123 Gallagher in the wall.
ooh, man.
Smoke.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. You could see the entire bottom line, just shoot down the track, seeing all that smokes, being like, if it's going to be one, I'm going to stay out of it. As we're seeing more and more people kind of strategize their way down into the pits. Nick Ramsey and Dustin Wade making their way down onto pit road. We also just a little bit earlier saw, I think it was Josh Bittner, make his way on down pit road as well. But the 43 John Curtis going side by side here with the 58 Robert Chipman, as that just absolute just blanket of activity still happening here in this midfield.
These are final stops now, though, right?
Oh, yes.
I mean, you pit now, you're good to go. Why not go ahead and come on down? Or are they just waiting for something else to happen here? Or, I mean, the later you pit, I guess the better tires you're going to have at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the tough question is, you know, how much time lost if you pit now versus if you pit later versus if you stay out for longer. It's a whole calculation kind of thing that, man, I'm just happy I'm not the one driving.
I hate math. It's like advanced calculus and stuff. I'm not doing that.
Just use your slide rule. You're fine.
In my abacus.
Yeah.
92 Greg Klein now making his way on down into the pits as everyone continues their run here. 10 Andrew Cawthon. I haven't really heard too much from the 10 machine here tonight, but just having a pretty solid night. He is currently a lap down, but doing his best, as you can just see. This is where it gets really interesting, as we get people with new tires, some people with mid-run tires, and some people with like old tires on out here, and it's just causing some absolute mayhem as the 53 of Jeremiah Burke was slicing his Dyson through some of this traffic.
Yeah, he's running like everybody else is on 2 less cylinders. He's just cutting through them there. Jacob Young apologizing over there on YouTube, said, hey, that was my fault, you know, the contact with Kelly. Probably going to get an EOL for the next race, but yeah, just curses tonight from old Atlanta. Matt Wedge out there say, that's what I'm talking about, good enough. Craig Goodenough, of course, having a hell of a race up there at 6th position.
And that he is, and we still got some final round pit stops to go. We've already seen some big name drivers out here make some mistakes down there on pit road. 99 of America's driver Albert Anderson making his way on down for his final pit stop. Meanwhile, the 69 Larry Dickerson out with a little over a second lead right now over Jess Vaught and Trevor Robertson, who's been doing pretty good, sticking to the 33's back bumper. 19 of Jack Dixon going side by side with the 20 of George Rincon. Oh, 23! Oh, no.
Sean McDonald. Mr. Low X out there in the stat pool. Getting a couple right there. Not sure that was his fault, though. We'll see. Let's take a look at the tape. As I said back in the day.
Yeah, tail of the tape here as we jump on board our chopper camera and see a little incident. Oh, looks like he got involved there with the 10 of Cawthon. And, man, it started as a little bit of netcode and progressed to more. Looks like the 23 drifting up the track, and the 10, he was kind of holding his line. I really didn't see too much. He did come down just a smidge, so meeting of the minds in the middle.
Andrew Cawthon will pick up a meatball flag for that. He's got mandatory damage repair from that. As does Kelly Keel. I guess that was from the previous incident there. I don't know. Kelly Keel got a meatball flag.
Yeah, I don't know, but in the meantime, though, we do have some money stops coming on down into pit road here. This is actually really, really important as everybody comes on down, and hopefully all their fuel calculations are right and they can make some quick pit stops here. 4 tires being put on. Oh, it's going to be close coming out, but it's going to be the 69 of Larry Dickerson winning that race off of pit road, followed by the 33 of Just Fought, Mike Adamson, Trevor Robertson, Craig Goodenough, Jack Dixon, George Rincon, followed by Robert Shipman, Scott Howell, and it looks like Jeremiah Burke will just get back around in front of Mike Everidge in time by the looks of it. But definitely coming on down to the wire here as we're going to be going back to the green flag with 15 or 14 laps left to go.
So watching, did some of these guys that pitted a little bit earlier, did they come back down and top off with fuel or put on that last set of tires?
It doesn't look like it. And if anything, I would think they would probably try to stay out because they were kind of more or less trapped a lap down. So I would expect them to stay on out.
Yeah, you're right. These last few laps are going to click off quick.
Oh, that they are.
And I suspect they're not all going to be clean contact-free laps. Once the field is all bunched back up together, everybody knows that this season the points are everything. So you're gonna have to do whatever you can to make up every point. Because when it comes time at the end of the season, there's going to be some positions decided by a handful, if not 1 or 2 points. So
maybe some anger for next week.
yeah, we need some action, some live action.
Fights.
Well, that's what we're gonna get, and I mean this race ain't over with just yet. Gonna be a good sprint to the finish. I don't know if you guys saw the picture that was shared from the Monday night mock race that these guys do to try to get everybody all familiarized with running the track of the week and kind of get a feel for everything and racing around each other, that kind of stuff. But hey, it was fun us finishing that one.
I expect it's going to be close here tonight as well.
Yeah, that is what I would expect here. As the 69 and the 33 are going to get locked in side by side as we get ready to go with 14 laps left to go. When they cross that line, Mike Adamson, Trevor Robertson are right there behind them. Craig Goodenough, Jack Dixon, Robert Shipman, George Rincon, Mike Everidge, Scott Howell, and maybe even Alejandro Gonzalez possibly making their way on up through some of this traffic as here we go. Pace car coming on down and into the Geico restart zone we go. Green flag racing here once again with a very limited time left. Side by side, they rumble and stumble their way down into turns 1 and 2. Larry Dickerson on that bottom side getting a good run off of that restart here. Just getting clear. Ooh, it was very, very close. But the door was just ajar enough to slide up in front of that 33 of Just Fought to try to run the line that he's comfortable running. Here is the 88 of Mike Adamson, trying to make use of some of that bottom line momentum here and get up alongside that 33 as they race side by side back down and across the line. 13 laps now left remaining. 28 of George Rincon locked into battle with the 19 of Dixon. You also got the 89 of Goodenough and the 6 of Robertson all tag teamed on up. So everybody's picking their dance partner as they head off down into battle here into turns 3 and 4.
Anderson off pace. I don't see what happened there. He was down on the apron real slow. He's getting back up on the track now. Well, Vaught made it interesting on that restart. He pinched him low and tried not to give him too much room to move around. Somehow Dickerson was able to get up there and get clear, and he's able to hold it here so far.
That indeed he is. As 89 a good enough, still putting in a good fight as he's alongside the 88 of Adamson, as the 82 of Mike Everidge runs the fastest lap of this race, a 31:09. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely flying out there.
We saw him last week put on one heck of a performance. It was not a fluke. Mike Everidge knows how to drive, and
Ooh,
he's got something to make up for.
As they go
somebody in the wall.
Bumping and banging, and they're still locked in together like magnets, connecting the 69 and the 33, making contact as the 33 make his way on down and clear as the 69 comes back with a vengeance back to the outside, gives a little bump to that back bumper, saying, hey, you're going to race me hard, I'm going to race you hard. And here we go, battling for this race lead with 10 laps left to go.
Well, I like to see aggressive protection, aggressive bumping.
Oh, man.
To finish this race out.
Trading paint there again, and the 33 have to get out of the throttle that time to avoid hitting the wall, as it's 3 wide now behind the 69 of Dickerson. 89 of Craig Goodenough able to slip clear of all that craziness and able to now just make it 2 wide with the 88 of Adamson as he tries to chase down the 69 machine here himself. Oh, with some contact there with the 88 and the 33, things are getting into a big old kershuffle.
Dustin Wade was wrecking in the back. It looks like we're going to stay green, even though there's a truck stopped. There's the yellow.
There's the yellow. So we're going to have to re-rack them and do it all up over again. Let's go ahead and take a look-see at what was going on back here with Dustin with an eye. Having a good run with the 43. Oh, just drifted up the track just a little too much into the 085 of Dobson there. Was getting a little snug, but the old Atlanta heat starting to soak into his tires there a little bit.
I hope Matt Wedge is still with us watching, because his buddy Craig Goodenough.
Gonna be restarting in second here.
Great moves out there. Yeah, outside row number 1 for Craig Goodenough in the 89 truck. I don't think we've talked to him yet. It'd be good to get a little interview with him tonight if he can stay up there. Easier said than done here at Old Atlanta, though.
Oh, man, you you ain't kidding. As we still have, let's see here, currently scored 22 trucks on the lead lap, as it looked like Chan the Man able to get a lucky dog wave around here. Some other notables that are 1 lap down: Andrew Cawthon, John Gallagher, Sean McDonald, Dion Jones, and Albert Anderson all 1 lap down. Dustin Wade, of course, there having a little bit of an issue, is 2 laps. Kyle Vaught, couple laps. Zachary Hallinan having a couple laps down. Kevin Hunt, about 3 or 4 laps down, and Jonathan Osborne about 5 or 6 laps down, having a little bit of a rough go of it here tonight.
Albert Anderson's pop out there asking, did Albert have motor problems there or something? I don't know. I hadn't heard anything. I don't know if Adam's down there on pit lane talking to anybody about it, but maybe down there trying to track down an answer for us. Rhett Arnell out there pulling for Goodenough as well. Thank you for being here, Rhett. Yeah, Craig's on tear here tonight. He's here to prove he belongs in this league and he deserves to be up on that podium. We'll try to get out there and burn them tires up and earn him a podium here.
And
we shall see. Stewart Goodenough out there saying, hold on, Craig, just take a deep breath, bud. Go ahead there, Alan. What you got, bud?
I have just reports from pit road coming in about that last incident. 68 of Dustin Wade also being a victim of some computer issues here. Looks like iRacing crashed on him, and that's why he started drifting up the track. And unfortunate there for Dustin with an eye.
It's gonna be like the AT&T things. They can blame it on solar flares or something.
And Jacob Young saying, "It's the track. I promise you, it's the track. It's cursed." And it's lights on the pace truck are getting prepared to head on off. It means it's going to be a 4-lap sprint, barring any other extracurriculars that could send us into some bonus time here tonight. As we get ready to get going here, Larry Dickerson and Craig Goodenough going to start off side by side with the 88 and the 33 right behind them. 6 of Trevor Robertson and 19 of Jack Dixon, with Mike Everidge, George Rincon, Alejandro Gonzalez, who's up 23 spots, by the way. Jack Dixon up 21 spots inside of this top 10, and Robert Chipman in the 58 is going to be starting inside of this top 10. So don't count any of these guys out if something happens up at the front. I mean, we were seeing a fantastic battle there between Dickerson and Vaught there earlier, where, man, I don't know how they were able to keep those trucks straight with how much paint they were trading, but you know, anything can happen out here.
Anything and everything happens at these NASCAR races, and especially with points on the line here late in the race. Everybody's tired. They're antsy. They want to get going. Here comes the pace truck down the pit lane.
And get going they shall as they enter into that Geico restart zone. And here we go. Green flag racing once again in the 69 of Dickerson, off with a fantastic restart, but we got a big pile up behind the front couple of rows here, slipping and sliding. Oh no, still some contact being made as they go 3 wide. Dion Jones having some issues. 92 of Greg Klein having issues. Goodness gracious, it's absolute calamity behind the leaders, and that's going to bring out the caution flag here once again. So we're headed into bonus time.
The 33 missed a shift on top of all that. I saw his back end step out on him. That's the only thing I could think of was 33 missed a gear. But that was secondary to some other checkups that we saw up on the high side. We saw a truck in the wall.
Yeah.
And my goodness, everybody's just kind of scattering for room there.
We go ahead and kind of see what happened here as we take a look back where the Ford Dion Jones was getting up and going. Oh, 123 John Gallagher. I think he saw the slow traffic up against the outside fence and started drifting down the track. Problem is, that's where the 4 machine was. And so, oh man, heavy contact there. 81 Jonathan Osborne getting turned about there as well. I think 434 Kevin Hunt getting involved in this as, yeah, man. Who's in that green truck up against that far outside wall?
I don't know. I tried to look and see who that was, and I couldn't get back to it.
See, normally I have a pretty good recollection of whose paint schemes are what. But everyone's been changing them so often now that I'm been having problems with it.
There wasn't no mistaking Dion and Chachi getting at it. But yeah, that green, man, and green with gold numbers, I think, or yellow numbers.
No.
Man, I'm clicking through them. I can't find it. Anyways, Matt Wedge and the other Craig Goodenough fans that are out there right now, Rhett, you as well. Craig's going to be starting again outside row number 1 on this next restart, and this is a green-white checker, so hopefully he gets a better restart this time. The inside truck there, Larry Dickerson, had one heck of a jump on him. Let's see if he can see if his reaction time can improve just slightly here. When the pace truck dives back down, we get that green flag again. Go ahead there, Alan. What you have?
I was just going to remind everybody about the rules for this green-white checker finish here tonight. And especially when it comes to the VRL, because we only got one attempt at this. So once when we take to that green flag, the next flag ends it no matter what happens. But either way, we're going to be taken to the green flag here in just a few moments. They're going to race around. If the leader comes back down and across the line, takes the white flag, they're going to race this one out all the way back to the end, come heck or high water. But if a caution comes on out before that time, then, well, that's it. The league, the field will be frozen, and the league will have to go through and figure things on out based on where the yellow came out and where people's positions were and all that kind of
Laurie
stuff.
will have a long night. Yeah.
Laurie will have a very long night.
Looking at tape. Panic Racing 434 out there pulling for Larry Dickerson. Out there, we've talked to Larry many times. Driver of the 69. Here we go. We're going back side by side once again. Hey, did they see anything about an update coming for the choose your own line thing on the restarts, or is that still a ways off?
I haven't seen anything. I think right now it's just at league's discretion. The last I knew of it, I believe it was the leader can choose, but not anybody else.
Not everybody.
At least here in VRL, and other leagues might do something different.
Yeah, I was going to see if iRacing was going to initiate the choose cone thing where they actually have the thing painted on the track, you know, that people split and they get to choose what line they want to be in. So I guess that's going to happen on down the line at some point.
Just, well, we need more confusion.
Well, we need more rules.
Yeah. Oh, why the heck not?
After this is over, I'm going to roll out, just so y'all know.
What's loud?
I'm going to have to roll out.
Oh, okay, buddy.
Oh, okay. Do what you got to do, brother.
As here we go, the pace truck peeling off down and in the final restart. Here we go. Larry Dickerson with another fantastic restart. Gets way out in front of that 89, who's hoping for a big push from the 6 of Trevor Robertson. Not quite able to get up to speed. That's allowing the 88 of Mike Adamson and the 33 of Jess Vaught to both make their way free and clear of that 89. 28 of George Rincon now trying to make a run at it as well, looking down low. Meanwhile, here comes the 88 of Adamson looking down low on that 69 as they round in and out of turns 3 and 4, still side by side as they come on down the front straightaway, coming back down across the line. This is it. White flag is out. Your final lap as they are still locked in side by side, neither line given an inch. The 88 tripping down to the apron, just trying to get as much turn as possible in that truck here this evening as they end up going down still side by side into turns 3 and 4. We're going to bring this one straight on down to the wire here. Drag racing back down across the line. A late charge from the 88 does not come in time. The 69 of Larry Dickerson picks up your race win.
And it was so close. I thought Craig Goodenough had the 33 there at the end, but it looks like Jess Vaught barely beat him out there. Oh, man, that was a close one.
So we come back down to the checker. Let's watch this replay here once again real quick. Everybody racing to the line. So we watch everybody coming in, and yeah, Larry Dickerson just by the nose, and yeah, oh my goodness, so close. Everybody trying to pick up that podium finish here tonight.
Man, that was a good ending to it.
It was.
All right. Well, hope we have more time next week, boys.
Yes, sir. Glad to have you here with us here once again there, buddy.
Yep. See ya.
Have a good night.
So we say good evening to Mr. Turner. Glad to see everybody on out there, and thank you all for tuning in and watching this wild ride of a race. I know all you good enough people were sitting on your edges of your seats for that one, and
I was with them on this one tonight. I was with them.
yeah.
I was ready to see Craig pick up the podium tonight. I was pulling for him.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to, but I was.
Yeah. But yeah, it just goes to show, like, to really do well here in the VRL, you can be good at tracks, you can be good at super speedways or the 1.5 miles or the short tracks or the road courses or anything like that. But you also have to be well-rounded and be able to get good restarts and good pit stops, and because it all adds up, and that's what really for the most part got Larry the win here tonight, was his skill on these restarts, just able to put the power down and drive away like he did.
Did you get the spotlight driver? Okay, yeah. Cool.
Well, everybody's enjoying their little victory / cooldown stuff that they got going on. Let's go ahead and talk with our spotlight driver here of the evening, and that's going to be our good buddy, Mr. Klein. Here, let me make sure everything's all set up correctly here. It indeed now is, as we get to talk to the 92 of Mr. Greg Klein out there, just missing out on a top 15 finish here tonight, our spotlight driver of the evening. And Greg, oh man, it looked like it was a wild ride here at the old Hotlanta.
Yeah, it was really wild. Atlanta's always that way, though. I mean, the tire wear on here and certain lines you got to run, and it got kind of crazy out there, but it was a lot of fun, man. I enjoy racing this track.
It was enjoyable to watch too, man. And it'd go single file for a little bit, and then guys would start mixing it up. You'd see 2 and 3 wide, and for the most part, pretty clean race. I mean, if it was any other league, I think everybody doing that, it would have been a caution fest. But VRL proves once again why they're such a good league to watch. And these guys are super competitive, man. And we've raced with you for a long time, Greg. We know how competitive you are and how good of a racer you are. This league is full of elites, man. Somebody like you shouldn't be a mid-pack driver, but man alive, these guys are good. And, you got your hands full out there for sure.
Yeah, this league keeps getting better and better every season. I don't remember this whole lot of single wide out there. It seemed like it was crazy from the get-go for me most of the race. I mean, 2-3 wide was kind of the norm. But now, I mean, these guys brought their talent level way up over the last couple seasons, because I remember, front of the pack, and now it's a struggle to get mid-pack, it seems. Did get caught up a little bit with one of those cautions and the pit strategy, and that kind of got me. But all in all, man, I'm happy. I had fun. It was a good race. I mean, good times, a little wild and crazy, but should have made for a good broadcast, I hope.
Oh, that indeed it did. As we get the 92 of Greg Klein finishing here in 16th tonight, and our spotlight driver of the day here. Greg, glad to have you up here with us. Before we let you go, got any final shout outs or anything like that?
Yeah, it's been a while since I talked to you guys.
So.
Now, shout out to you guys. I'm as always for a great broadcast. I'll watch this back tomorrow and have a good time at work with it. Jess and Lori for putting this league on, all the guys that race here. Vigilante Force, man, we have a lot of fun in the Discord with that and have a good time. Just generally everybody in this league, it's been a lot of fun. I'm enjoying every minute of it. And 71 days to run a cruise ship.
Oh, that indeed. So unfortunately, we're going to be missing a couple of broadcasts here coming up in May, but maybe we'll do some live stream of bumper cars going on and fill in the void.
That sounds like the plan.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the solid run here tonight, Greg, and good luck with the rest of the season here, buddy.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Have a good evening.
And with that, we will move on up to tonight's third place finisher here this evening. Mr. Jess Avant coming up just a smidge short, but also kind of getting bailed out a little bit there with that very, very late caution here to send this thing into green-white checkers, but a fantastic run nonetheless for the 33 here tonight. Jess, congratulations first of all as an admin for making the executive decision to bring this thing back to the old school Atlanta. I really enjoyed this old racetrack, and I know probably other than a few drivers like Jacob Young who have seemed to have technical issues here tonight, but great call bringing it back because we had some fantastic action. But not only that, but we had great action just with the racing and strategies and all of that.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy racing this track because to me as a racer, it feels more like a race. The new Atlanta, it's great for watching. I love watching it Sunday with the Cup cars, excuse me, and everything. But yeah, to me, this is more of a racer's track, and I cannot think of another track that eats your tires like this one. Not right off, at least. And so you're sitting there, like you said, you're managing tires, you're trying to match strategy, you're doing an alternate strategy to the folks you're trying to catch, and yeah, I got around Larry at one point there. I thought, okay, if I get away right here, I'll probably be okay. But the caution came out, so either way, it would have caught up with me. But great for him. Well, a first win for Larry. If you guys did not know, first official win in VRL. He's going to be super excited and stoked when you get a chance to talk to him. But I think this was the right call going back to Atlanta. I believe most of the drivers feel that way as well. We're going to change very little, obviously, about the Cup schedule as we're following it. This is one of the changes. The other being that we're not going to run the road course in Chicago because I'm not a big street course fan. I don't know if it's a great race. We're going back to Chicagoland. So kind of throw back to a few years back in NASCAR. But yeah, it was a good race tonight. I thought there was some super intense competition. I hope it looked that way on the broadcast.
I was kind of on the fence when y'all talked about going back to the old Atlanta, but I'm glad y'all did. I think it was well worth the change. It was a lot of fun to watch out there. We talked a little bit about stats tonight, some of the stats that have been released, all the hard work that Lori's been doing. And we talked about driver safety, and you're like number one all time in VRL for guys that ran multiple seasons on safety rating. And I think that's why you do so well. You can't win a race unless you finish a race. You can't win a championship unless you take care of your truck. How much does staying out of trouble benefit you on top of, this being a thinking man's track or thinking driver track, to be more correct? The combination of the two, the strategy plus being as safe as you can.
Yeah, this track does not make it easy to be safe. I believe it was Larry McReynolds that talked about to win, to come in first, you must first finish, something of that nature.
Yeah.
I think it was Larry Mack, but that's kind of the approach I take with it. But this track, it exacerbates and it takes away some of your options for being safe, quite frankly, because you can so easily put yourself in a bad position or be put into a bad position. And so it's calculating. You better make the right choice, or you're going to pay so hard for the wrong little small decision that you might have made. And then as far as Lori, I'm glad you guys got into the stats. I mean, she's my little statistician over there. I fed her the first 7 seasons, and so while I'm at work, she's sitting there burning up the calculator, man, and putting everything into these spreadsheets, so that we had an opportunity to share that with the league members. I mean, I think some of them are actually surprised at some of the stats that they had and how well that they've done in this league. And then overall, I was shocked at the laps we've turned in 7 seasons, although I shouldn't be. And in reality, we've probably turned 3 times that much between Monday nights and fun races. But the stats you have are just Wednesdays.
Yeah, and that's also a good thing to watch out for, is all these stats coming out. Because I mean, eight seasons is definitely nothing to joke home about. Because I know quite a few leagues only ran a couple seasons and had to shut down because of whether it be drama or this or that or whatever. So you guys have been running a fantastic show, and it Just goes to show it, man. But big congratulations here tonight for that 33 machine, finishing up there on that podium in third. Before we let you go, got any final shout outs here, buddy?
Oh yeah, man! You guys for the great broadcast. Always Lori for everything she does, and she's probably the biggest reason this season, or not this season, this league has been successful. And the way she manages, she stays on top of it. I honestly, I just want to be a competitor, and so for her to be able to step in and me to be the genius husband I am to get my wife involved in this, so that I could race more. I would say that was my part there. So thanks to her, my son Kyle for racing with us in this league. I don't think he had a great night, but I really love the fact he's in here. Taylor for watching up there in Chicago. The rest of my family, my teammates over at Vigilante Force, all of them are great guys. And again, this whole crew here in VRL, they are the ones who make this the community that it is. So thanks to them and the way that they drive. Hopefully you guys had a really good show and a display of talent tonight.
Well, that indeed, man. Well, again, congratulations on the third place podium finish here tonight to the 33 of Mr. Jess Avant, and we wish you the best of luck coming up next week over there at Las Vegas there, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Good night.
And with that, we will move up the podium to tonight's second place finisher. And Silent Assassin is pretty accurate here tonight, being pretty quiet most of the race until it mattered, where he was making a whole bunch of noise. The 88 of Mike Adamson trying to drag race back across the line against that 69 of Larry Dickerson. Man, congratulations on the second place finish. But talk about one heck of a finish here tonight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Congrats to Larry again. Yeah, all night I just kind of played it back, tried to save as much as possible and then pass people when I need to and position myself in the right spot. And when it got down to crunch time, it was time to go. It wasn't time to save anymore after that.
Well, you had the right strategy with that Chevrolet and knowing when to go. And you had that figured out right there at the end. And we talked about it a minute ago. This is a thinking track for the drivers out there. And something similar next week, I guess you could say, in Las Vegas. You're really going to have to pay attention, manage your tires, manage your fuel and stuff there. Is that a track that you like better than the old abrasive tracks like at Atlanta, or are you more you like to be challenged like here tonight?
Always like a challenge, you know what I mean? You want to strive to be better than you were last season, and definitely gotten off to a good start this season. But yeah, I do like Vegas. Vegas is another finesse track kind of thing, so it'll be another tire management and fuel saving, and I'm pretty sure it'll be another great race like it was tonight.
And that indeed it was here tonight, a fantastic race, as the 88 of Mike Adamson finds his way on home in second place here tonight. Before we let you go here tonight, Mike, got any final shout outs or anything like that?
Absolutely. I thank my wife, as always. I love her to death. She puts up with me doing this. Thank all my teammates at our new team named Phoenix Racing now. Andrew, Greg, Dion, and Sean McDonald. Congrats again to Larry. Thank all the guys at the shop. Y'all are going to hear about this one tomorrow, so be ready. Mavis Trucks looks good in second place. Almost first, but hey, we'll get there next week.
It's a sharp paint.
Yes, sir, indeed. Well, once again, congratulations to Mr. Mike Adamson, driver of the 88 machine here tonight with a fantastic second place finish. Man, congratulations and good luck coming up next week over there at Vegas, buddy.
Absolutely. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you.
And with that, we head on up to our final step of this podium, and it's the most important step of them all. It's the driver of the 69, Mr. Larry Dickerson, enjoying the Georgia Sweet Tea here tonight, picking up the race win here at Atlanta. Larry, congratulations. You had yourself one heck of a truck all night long.
Yeah, man, you just don't know how good this feels to get this win in this league with these guys. It's the most awesome feeling I've ever felt in any of my leagues, and I cannot believe I just pulled that off. Cannot believe it.
I tell you what, it wasn't easy to do with this field and this league. These guys are so competitive, and the roster's been getting more and more competitive every season. But Larry, you did it. You got your first win here at VRL. by 200ths of a second over Mike Adamson, and you guys fought it out. You fought hard. Some kind of risky moves there towards the end on that last lap. Talk us through it.
Yeah, on the initial start, I thought I had a good jump on him a little bit. I timed it perfect, and I thought I was good. I thought, well, if I just ride the low lane, and I'll be fine. If they get to me, I'll ride the high lane, get the momentum, and keep them behind me. But as soon as I went in turn one and started turning the steering wheel, I couldn't get it to hold the bottom. I don't know if it's because we had so many late cautions that it messed with the air pressure in the tires or what, but I couldn't hold that bottom. And I really thought when Mike got beside me right there on that restart and Jess was pushing him, I thought I was screwed. I thought I lost the race. But as soon as Mike got up beside me, he didn't get quite enough truck in front of me, and I literally never drove a truck into the corners on here so hard in my life. I was like, man, if I'm going to lose this, they're going to have to kill me for it. But, man, I can't thank Mike and Jess enough for racing me clean. I had to apologize to Jess because when I was battling him for the lead, I was like 2 or 3 restarts before that, I accidentally got into the side of him and almost wiped us out trying to get the lead back. Me and him swapping back and forth. But yeah, it was a tough battle, but I had an amazing truck all night. It was awesome. I ran, I think, pretty much top 4 or 5 all night, and I thought at the beginning Sean was going to be my biggest competitor, but my biggest competitor turned out to be the cautions because they brought everybody back together. So it all worked out in the end.
Yes, sir, indeed it did. For the 69 of Mr. Larry Dickerson, again, congratulations on the big time win here from Atlanta tonight. Before we let you go, got any final shout outs or anything like that?
Yeah, first off, I want to give a shout out to Jess and Laura for putting on an awesome league. I've never had so much fun like I have with these guys. I love everybody in this league. They make it so much fun for me. Now I got to own up to that bet I got with Lori that now I got to go first thing in the morning and get a cup of sweet tea. Yes, I got to drink some sweet tea now. That's part of the bets. So y'all look forward to seeing that video on Discord tomorrow. I might try to edit out if I throw up, but do that tomorrow morning. Shout out to y'all guys. Man, I can't say it enough every time y'all talk to me. Y'all are the best broadcasters in iRacing, hands down. There ain't nobody better, and I testify to that every time. Give a shout out to my teammates, Albert, Jeremiah, Jack, Nick. Every time last season was a horrible season for me in my first year, but these guys kept trying to keep me positive and kept me in it and encouraged me in every race to stick with it. And man, this year has started out so good. A second last week, got to talk to y'all, and now this week get a win. So credit to my teammates for always being there for me too during the leagues and when I'm having trouble. Shout out to my wife for putting up with me doing this 3 or 4 days a week and supporting me and everything I do. And my sponsors, LA Construction, JP Designs, and of course y'all know the biggest one of them all, Angelman Syndrome Foundation. Anybody that wants to donate to that organization, donate to all forms of autism. That would be an awesome cause to donate to, and you'll be doing them people an awesome cause. But and I give a shout out also one more, Chris, my buddy who was watching last week. Shout out to you, brother, for watching me. Thank you for being my #1 fan on the broadcast and every week and pulling for me. So thank you.
Awesome, man. Well, once again, big congratulations to the 69 of Larry Dickerson. Definitely go and soak up this win and enjoy that sweet tea, buddy. And we'll see you guys back out here in action again next week over there at Las Vegas.
All right, bud. Hopefully get to talk to y'all next week, and let me go enjoy that sweet tea in the morning.
And with that, we close on down all the action here from Atlanta. And ooh, boy, oh boy, did we have a Atlanta show for everybody here tonight, or what?
Yeah, man, we did. Like I said, I was kind of on the fence about going back to the old format, but dadgummit, produced some pretty great racing here tonight and great finish. Close finish. We had a real close finish for third there. I thought maybe our good buddy Craig Goodenough was going to finally get up here in the booth and talk to us, but it was a really close one, and we're going to talk to him eventually, I'm sure. But the top three they earned their way to the front. They've been there, they've done that, and Larry Dickerson finally gets to check that box and say, I've got that first VRL win. And I say the first because it's probably not going to be his last. I'm sure Larry's going to go on to win more races here. But took a little bit to get his first one. But, he's been consistently not just a great driver, but an aggressive driver. Guy that he's honest with you. He'll tell you, hey, I was a little bit too aggressive here. Or, hey, I pushed a little too hard here. He's just one of those people that wears his heart on his sleeve, and it's a fun guy to watch, fun guy to talk to. So congrats to Larry.
Indeed. As we wind things on down, let's go ahead and tell everybody where their favorite driver ended up finishing here tonight. Excuse me. As the 69 of Larry Dickerson picks up the race win, 88 of Mike Adamson coming up just a little short in that drag race to come on home in second. 33 of Just Fought finishing right where he started here tonight, here in third. 89 of Craig Goodenough with a fantastic run just outside of that podium here tonight to finish in fourth. 28, George Rincon, sneaky as ever, gets his way on up into a top 5, up 15 spots here tonight. So congrats there, George, having a great run. Tied for your hard charger of the race, the 19, Canada's own Jack the Ripper Dixon, finishing here up 20 spots in 6th. Speaking of the 6th, you got Trevor Robertson here having a great top 10 finish in 7th with the 82 of Mike Everidge, finding his way home inside this top 10 in 8th. 9th will go to the 58 of Robert Shipman, also having a fantastic race, up 15 spots in to finish in 9th. 3 of Austin Paul with another solid run here tonight, picking up a top 10 finish there. Just outside of the top 10, finishing in 11th, the 43 of another one of Canada's drivers, John Curtis, with a pretty solid run. Finishing in 12th will be the 14 of Dustin with a Y, Dustin Eaton, with a pretty good run. 13th will go to the 53 of Jeremiah Burke. Man, he was quick on the short runs, but the long runs definitely caught up to him a little bit here, finishing in 13th. 14th goes to the 34 of Nick Ramsey with a pretty good run. Scott Howell, your other hard charger of the race, up 20 spots, finishing here tonight in 15th. Your spotlight driver of the evening, the 92 of Mr. Greg Klein, coming on home in 16th. 17th belongs to the 55 of Mr. Ricky Wittenberg, with the 7 of Timothy Pope, rounding out your field's top 18.
Number 19 is going to be the 29 of Dave Mayberry. Super Dave will finish here in 19th place. 20th, Chandler Paul in the 72 machine. The 84 of Josh Bittner. That truck will finish in 21st. 22nd, Andrew Cawthon in the 10. 23 of Sean McDonald. We thought great things going to happen out here for Sean here tonight, but starting outside row number 2, he'll end up finishing only 1 lap down. He was the first truck 1 lap down here in 23rd, so still great finish considering the damage out there. Albert Anderson right behind him there in the 99 machine. The 123 truck of John Gallagher finishes also 1 lap down in 25th. 2 laps down, Kyle Vaught in the 16 machine. He'll finish in 26th. 27th will be Zachary Hallinan in the 74 truck. 79 truck of Alejandro Gonzalez will finish in 28th. 29th place, Kevin Hunt in the 434 machine. The 81 truck of Chachi, Jonathan Osborne, he'll finish 6 laps down in 30th place after starting way up in 6th. Great qualifying effort out there tonight for Chachi. Let's see, 31 of Dion Jones, or 31 position will be the 4 truck of Dion Jones. We saw him almost go upside down there in that little run-in with Osborne. The 68 of Dustin with an I, Dustin Wade. Welcome back, Dustin. Not the finish he wanted here tonight, though. Down about 9 spots. He'll finish 12 laps down in 32nd place. 33rd place, Kelly Kill in the 01. 2 run-ins with 2 of the Texas boys out there tonight. Too much damage. He's down 15 laps here. 085, one of our Canadian buddies, Greg Dobson, down a couple spots. He'll finish in 34th. And then rounding out your field, the 77 of Jacob Young had some computer issues out there tonight. He'll finish 35th. Edson Ochoa, we saw him bounce off the wall and have some control issues out there tonight. The South Texas crew, the Valley crew, out there rounding out your field, 35th, 36th.
And as always, big thank you to Miss Lori Vaught for the race control and containing all the craziness here once again. Of course, we also have to thank all you fantastic people out there in chat. Papa Anderson, yeah, Adam's okay. Just has a bunch going on at the house right now, so he's been dealing with some stuff, but he'll be A-okay. But we do appreciate each and every single one of you out there joining us week in and week out, having a fantastic time with us. Big time thank you. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you get alerted every single time that we go live. And of course, if you do enjoy any of the racing action, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And that just helps us continue to increase and grow our fantastic community that we have. Of course, we have to also thank the fantastic sponsors of the VRL, such as GC Cruise Travel, Bluefox Properties and Dave Mayberry, and D&D Race Graphics with Mr. Ricky Wittenberg. Thank you guys so very much for supporting the VRL and allowing them to put on the amazing show week in and week out that they do. So big time thank you. So with that, we close things off here for tonight. We'll be back in action next week, coming at you live from Las Vegas on Wednesday as these Vigilante Racing League drivers head on over there and try to hopefully get a little bit of luck in their direction here. So we look forward to seeing you all next week on Wednesday. But until then, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing off.
We gone.